Hello.
Hey guys, welcome into our live stream. I wasn't quite ready and I pushed the wrong button, but welcome in. Let's see, let me see. I wasn't quite ready. I was trying to send a message to say we'll be with you in a minute, but
Can you hear us okay?
all right, let's see here. Give us 1 second. All right, I want to make sure I have things set up. How are you guys doing this evening? If you're here, if you could let us know if you can hear us. I have a different setup going on right now and already having technical difficulties. But if you're here, if you could drop a comment, let us know if you can hear us. Again, I kind of started it prematurely, but let's see here. We have a few people coming in. We'll wait a couple minutes. But thanks for being here. It is Tuesday, and it feels like it should be Friday. So, I don't know how you guys are feeling. All right, let's see here. I don't know how you doing.
Yeah.
All right. Are there comments coming in?
No comments, but
All right.
I can hear you.
We have a few people here. Oh, hi, Latoya. Thanks for letting us know you can hear us. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Thanks for coming in, guys. I know we were supposed to... Well, actually, we had our last Tuesday cruise chat a few weeks ago. I'm actually a little bit under the weather today, and I was going to cancel, but I figured we would come on here and we'd be live. It's Tuesday, so we're here.
Yes.
So if you're here, we do appreciate you stopping in. We have quite a few things we're going to talk about today. Some related to cruising, some not so much, but I had a post recently that got a lot of traction that I wanted to address because I had a lot of questions about it. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Let's see. We have anyone else
I have
here?
a surprise
What's your surprise?
that I will be doing my first solo cruise.
Yes.
So I am begrudgingly happy about that.
Hey, Trippin' with Dre and Michelle, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We really do appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, we have a few people in. So Ron, and we can share that. Well, we'll share it here in a second. Let's see who else is coming in. Hi, Jocelyn, Allen Family Adventures. Hey, guys, if you are not already subscribed to Jocelyn, Allen Family Adventures, please be sure to subscribe to her. They are really, really close to getting to 1,000 subscribers. So I want to say, were you at like 930, 940 or so? So let's try to get Allen Family Adventures to 1K. Janie, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We really do appreciate it. All right, I think I have everything set up. I hit the button prematurely. We weren't quite ready, and then it started counting down. I'm like, uh-oh, we're going live. So wasn't quite ready for it, but we do appreciate you guys being here. So today we're going to be talking about cruising with children and just sharing some tips, some of our personal tips as far as cruising with children. But let's be sure we're welcoming everyone in. So if you're here, if you could drop a comment, we would appreciate it. And also hit that like button for us. We really do appreciate all of the support. Hello, better half of me. We appreciate you being here. Happy Tuesday to you as well. I don't know if you guys feel like we do, but it feels like it should be Friday already.
Yes.
It was a really long day today. If you don't know, I'm back at work. If you don't know, I'm a school administrator outside of everything else, but it was a long day. So thankful to be home, but I'm already ready for Friday. Let's see, Denise, hello, happy day. Yes, it is a happy day. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started because you guys know we're going to keep this right at an hour. Again, I'm not feeling 100% tonight, so but wanted to make sure that we were here today. First off, we want to thank you guys for all of your support. So we hit a milestone, I think yesterday?
Yes, what was the milestone?
The milestone, we hit 7,000 subscribers. So
Yay.
we really appreciate that. So thank you for those of you who are subscribed. If you're not currently subscribed, please consider subscribing. We are a cruise vlogging family. We have our 3 children, Andrew, Dyson, Joe, and we just like to cruise. So be sure to follow along. Let's see, Yvette, welcome in. She says, hello, everyone. Allen Family Adventures. Yeah, it's been a long week already. Yeah, and it's just Tuesday. I know. Hi, Parker's on the Go. Good evening. And Parker's on the Go, they just got off Celebrity Summit, is it? Yeah, Celebrity Summit. So looking forward to those vlogs. Now, we have not cruised Celebrity yet, but I think it's in the plans for this year. So we'll see what happens. But Ron was just sharing. What was your news?
That I am going to be doing my first solo cruise. and I will be doing that sometime in March, early March, I believe.
In a couple weeks, actually, 9 days, I think. So,
my wife will have to fill you in on the details because I don't know the name of the ship, I don't know where it's sailing from, and I don't know where it's going.
So, guys, I'm like completely hating on this one. So, as you guys probably have known, I've been out of work for a while, and I just recently returned. Well, we had an opportunity to go on, I think it's, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of the ship. It's a Norwegian ship. It'll come to me in a second. Norwegian Pearl. And they are having a chartered sailing where they're going to have the Isley Brothers and the Temptations and a lot of older like bands and performers on board.
And John Stamos
from Full House will be on board, and I can't go. I'm so upset about that. I can't go, but Ron will be on board representing, so I don't know if we'll get a vlog or something out of him, but he will be on board.
No, they're going to get a vlog. I am going to try to do it from the perspective as someone that's a workaholic and works remotely. So I'm going to...
That's not fun.
Okay.
Tell him, guys. Tell him he needs to enjoy this cruise. Get to all the shows. It's gonna be fantastic. And I really I am so upset that I'm not going to be on board. I was hoping to be, but it's just not going to work out right now with my schedule. So he'll be on board. And guys, if you know me, I absolutely love Motown. Our dog is actually named David Ruffin after you guys know David Ruffin, after The Temptation. Yes. So I'm a little bit salty about that cruise, but so Ron will be on his first solo cruise here in a couple of weeks. But let's see who else is here in the chat. Parker's on the Go said, congratulations on 7K. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate all of the support we're getting from everyone, so thank you so much. Together We Travel, hello, welcome in. Yes. Parker's on the Go. They said, yay, Ron.
Yes.
Yvette, whoa, Ron, that's hilarious. Yes. Nia Johnson, welcome in. It says, hey, I made it to a live. You're doing a great job on my family cruise. We're so glad we found you. Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And guys, if you're new here, if you're looking for a travel advisor or travel agent, I specialize in cruising. If you see that QR code there on the screen, you can scan that and it'll take you to our no obligation cruise quote, and I can help you out get your cruise booked. But yes, thank you, Nia. I do appreciate it, and I enjoy working with you so far as well. So I appreciate that. Alan Family Adventures says, wow, what a cruise. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yes. And it's going to, where is it going? To
I don't know.
Honduras and Costa Maya. So it's a 5-day cruise. It's a 5-day cruise, I think, on Norwegian Pearl. So it's exciting for him.
I am a homebody, so I am going to say that I am, hopefully this will get me some brownie points. She is my sunshine, so I know that if she is not with me, it's not going to be as enjoyable as if she was with me.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. But guys, if I was on this solo cruise, I would be taking it all in. So Yvette says everyone needs a break. Relax and enjoy your cruise run. Yes, he will. I'll make sure he does, because otherwise he won't be going solo again. Alan Family Adventures said, y'all ain't nothing without David Ruffin. That's right. That is right. Priceless. Welcome in. It says, hi fam. Congrats on reaching 7K. Oh, Chantel, thanks for stopping in. I didn't recognize your username, but thank you so much. Yvette, did you know you were going to be on board in advance? Are you referring to this cruise that Ron's going on? So this cruise came to be, and I share a lot, pretty transparent. Actually, I got an email from Norwegian. I guess this chartered sailing did not fill up the way they were expecting it to. So they sent some travel agents a really great rate to get on board the ship. So he'll be going. I won't be able to make it. But yeah, so we found out a few weeks back. We got an email about it, so we were able to get booked for that one.
So not that my wife did this out of the kindness of her heart, but she did it because it was a dirt cheap deal and she figured that I could take advantage of it.
Yeah, I don't like to pass up on really, really great deals. And like I said, I knew that I couldn't make it, but he'll go, and we'll get some footage. We'll see what we can pull. But like I said, I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't able to make it. But I have a lot of other cruises coming up. Speaking of upcoming cruises, if you don't follow us on Instagram and Facebook, be sure you're following us there. But I did announce that we have planned a short group cruise for 2024. This is going to be on board MSC Meraviglia, and the reason I decided on, because I've had some questions come in about the length of the cruise, it being just a 3-day cruise. If you aren't aware, we did plan 2 this and that group cruise for this summer. So we're going to be on board Carnival Sunrise over Memorial Day, and then we'll be getting Red on Carnival Celebration. And I had quite a few people express interest in going on these group cruises, and I had some even go through the process of start booking or getting the quotes, but then it just didn't really turn out the way we expected. So we do have, a rather nice size group for the Carnival Sunrise, but Carnival Celebration, we wind up just not even really calling it a group. But some of the feedback that I got was that people felt, the cost of that was a little high, with it being a new ship, and then the length of time being 7 days. So we thought, we shortened it, and we thought, I'm getting a lot of questions and a lot of feedback on my MSC vlogs, and so I'm like, well, what better way to bring on new cruisers or some of our MH family supporters than by going on an MSC cruise. So we will be on board MSC Meraviglia July 4th of 2024. It's just a 3-day cruise going to their private island, which is Ocean Key, Bahamas, as well as Nassau. It does include drink package, Wi-Fi, and all of that. So if you are interested, reach out to me. My email will be in the description. You can also scan that QR code or reach out to me on social media, and we'll get you booked. We already have 12 cabins booked for this one. Wow. So I do think we're probably going to cap it at about 20 to 25 cabins. So if you are interested in booking that cruise, definitely reach out. But that is our group cruise coming up. And speaking of MSC, we actually have a cruise here in 25 days. We will be on board MSC we'll be on board MSC. Take that back, guys. We're going to be on MSC Seashore for our group cruise. So MSC Seashore for the group cruise for July 4th. We're going to be on MSC Meraviglia for spring break. So here in about 25 days, we'll be on board MSC Meraviglia as a family. We have not cruised MSC as a family yet, so we're excited for that. It's a 7-day cruise going to Belize, Nassau, Ocean Key, and Cozumel. So we're excited for that. So stay tuned for those vlogs, and maybe that'll convince you to book this group cruise. Let me go back and read some comments.
While you're reading the comments, I'm going to say that I'll probably have half a month sailing MSC for March, so I'll be able to talk more intelligently about how it is to work on a cruise ship for over a half a month. Okay, that might
for this summer?
No, for March, coming up in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, because you have that cruise, and then we have MSC. Guys, I'm getting so mixed up. MSC Meraviglia for March. And then right after that, like literally a week and a half after that, we're going to be on board Carnival Liberty for my sister's 60th birthday. So we have a group cruise for that. So you'll be able to share that perspective of working. Carol Blue says, you will have fun, can't turn down a deal. No, and guys, this deal was really, really good. I can't disclose the price, but it was almost free. I'll put it there. Your favorite couple says, good evening, MH Family Adventures. Congrats on 7K. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support. Priceless. Is it Seashore? Yes. The group cruise is MSC Seashore for July 4th, 2024. Anthony on the go. Hold on. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Parker's on the go. What is the pricing of the MSC again? Oh, off top of my head, because I only published the pricing for 2 guests, and I want to say like an interior cabin was about $700, and it includes drinks and Wi-Fi. And if you don't want to have drinks and Wi-Fi, that can be removed, and it drops the price about $150 to $200. And that's for an interior cabin. Then I think an ocean view might have been maybe right at $1,000, and then a balcony at like $1,200. But and also MSC does status match, so if you have cruised with other cruise lines, we can get status match so that you can get some perks if this will be your first time with MSC. Priceless, you corrected the group cruise for MSC. Yes. Hi Rachel, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Cruising is fun anytime. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. So yeah, just wanted to share that. MSC. So we have quite a few cruises coming up. We're going to be kickstarting our hashtag Major Summer Vacay 2023. We did 2022 last year, of course. So we have quite a few cruises. We're not going to announce all of our cruises for this summer, but just know upcoming we have MSC Meraviglia in March, Carnival Liberty in April. May we have Carnival Sunrise. June we have Carnival Celebration. And then there's like 2 or 3 others in June. But we're also going to be on board the brand new Carnival Venezia. We will be on board for the inaugural sailing out of New York going to Bermuda. So we're really excited for that. That happens in June. So lots of cruise content coming if you're not already subscribed.
You take your first European cruise too.
I take my first European cruise in July. So yes. For my 40th birthday, I'll be on board.
You'll be 40 years old?
I'll be 40. Forgot the ship. MSC Grandiosa. So we'll be on board there out of Barcelona. So excited for that as well. Parker's on the go. Thanks for that. I'll message you. Yeah, definitely reach out. Jess, hello. Congrats on 7K. Excited to be here. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. All right. So one thing that I wanted to share, and I could not get this to work where I could share my screen, or this Melon app only allows you to share so many megabytes of video. But I wanted to talk about A Night to Shine real quick.
What is A Night to Shine? So
A Night to Shine is a prom for individuals with special needs. And I'm talking about this because I had a lot of comments, a lot of questions sent to me on Instagram and on Facebook about A Night to Shine. So I felt like it was just easy enough to address doing a live stream. So if you're not familiar with A Night to Shine is a prom for individuals with special needs. And Andrew recently went.
That's our oldest son.
That's our oldest son.
And he has special needs.
Yes, Andrew is autistic, if you're not aware. And this was his 3rd year going to A Night to Shine. And I tend to volunteer every year. But let me share a quick clip. And guys, I'm going to put my phone up to the camera because I don't have another way to share this with you. But you might have already seen it because I shared it as a short. But this is a video from A Night to Shine with Andrew. So take a peek here. Let's see if I can get this on for you guys. Were you saying something? Did you guys see that? So that was just a quick clip from A Night to Shine to give you an idea of what this event is. So it's hosted by 10 Tebow's Foundation. He really has a big heart for individuals with special needs, but it is open up to anyone that has any sort of special need, whether it is a physical need, whether it's intellect, whatever it is, Down syndrome, autism, anything. And it happens every single year in February, and it happens across the world. So it's not just here in the U.S., it's across the world the same day it happens. And it is a really, really nice event where churches volunteer to host the prom. And you have to be 16 years or older to attend. So if you have someone in your family or friend or whatever, get them signed up. So usually around October, churches will sign up to host A Night to Shine. And then information will start coming out as far as like how to register if you want to be a guest. But you can also, and this is something that I love, it's my favorite night of the year, every year. Where in the past, well, Drew was my buddy or my date for this one. Mm-hmm. But in the past, I've gone and I have served as what they call a buddy to someone else with special needs. So they pair me up. In the past, I've worked with, 1 year it was a married couple. 1 year, I tend to get paired up with couples, both having special needs. But it's just a cool experience. And like they get to go on limo rides, they take pictures, they have dinner. Everyone gets crowned king or queen. But it's just a fun time. You get to walk down that red carpet. And
they're treated like stars.
Yeah, so like stars, and it's a fantastic event, but it takes a lot of volunteers. So I had a lot of people reaching out about how do I volunteer. So usually, like I said, around October, November, that's when churches. So you can go to anightttoshine.org or Google the Tim Tebow Foundation, and they will have a map there that will show all of the churches across the world that are hosting a Night to Shine. So you can find a church in your area. You don't have to be a member of that church, but you can sign up. You'll have to do a quick 1 hour training and a quick background check. And you can sign up to volunteer to do things such as, you can do hair. So they'll have the attendees to come in, get their hair done, spray glitter, do a little bit of makeup. They'll do a shoe shine station for the gentlemen, where they come and they shine their shoes. So you can sign up to volunteer to do a bunch of different things. You can help with food, you can help with decorations, you can help with cleanup. But the best part is if you volunteer as a buddy, because again, you get to take the person around and enjoy the prom. Some will come with their caregiver, some will come on their own, some will come with their significant other, but it's just your job to help them have a great time. So something to definitely consider volunteering for. I will, if you follow us, I will share more as we get closer to that time to send some reminders out. But yeah, it would be great if, get more volunteers on. But I just wanted to share that because I had a lot of people ask questions about a Night to Shine, but it is an awesome event, and it's 16 and up. And guys, when I tell you, there's some 80, 90-year-olds out there
having a good time,
having a great time, dancing. And
one of the things that I liked about this particular one is that they had a free wardrobe fitting where kids could come to the church and they could pick out whatever they wanted to wear, and it all came from donations from that local church. We were able to find Andrew a tie, and he has a tie that has dollar bills, so it was kind of cool. But they had gowns, they had shoes, and all the kids had to do was try it on, and it just really gives them a day to feel special.
Absolutely. Keisha H says, Drew, the coolest with all the moves. Love it. Yeah, you guys know Andrew loves a deck party, a sail-away party, so a Night to Shine is something that he absolutely loves. So Nia Johnson says, Ron, you look so proud.
Yes, he definitely dresses. He's the best dressed one in the house at all times.
Oh, yeah. Like Andrew was at school today with the tie and button up, and he goes all out for it. Anthony says, that's major. Yes. Allen Family Adventures, make sure to click the like button for this awesome content creator. I appreciate that, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. Parker's on the Go said, that's so awesome. Yeah, it really is an awesome event. Again, 16 and up, get signed up. It's free. Everything is free. The churches will ask for donations. I think Tim Tebow's Foundation will provide a little bit of financial support for each church. But yeah, if you guys have not seen other videos, go to Tim Tebow Foundation on Instagram, and there's tons of videos from A Night to Shine. And again, it happens one day a year, and it's usually the second week of February that it'll happen. But again, it happens all over the world, so it's amazing. All right, so I wanted to share that, but we're going to get into talking about some tips that we have for cruising. Oh, lost my sticky note. No, I had one where I had written down some things. Guys, I try to organize my thoughts. But let's see. Oh, Econs Darb just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. We do appreciate it. Welcome to our family. So thank you for being here. Yeah, and if you're here and you're viewing this and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Our goal is to get to 10K by June 1st. That might be a bit aggressive.
Might be.
But I don't know. We're pushing some content out.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But let's talk about cruising with children, because as you guys know, we do cruise with our children. And so just wanted to share, because I get asked as a travel advisor, as a parent, as a content creator, about us traveling, with our children and what that looks like and how do we make this work. And so I just wanted to spend some time to share some of our personal tips involving cruising with kids. So the first thing that I'm going to say is, hold on, guys, I got it.
For packing, the kids usually pack their own stuff and try to keep it in their own backpack. That way they can be responsible for their own clothes.
Yeah.
Now, I know that I'm probably not looking at my wife's list, but she's scrolling, so I'm trying to...
He's trying to fill time, because I can't just check.
Eye candy for a couple of seconds.
Okay, all right, we're done with the eye candy, I think. Oh, hold on. Give us some more eye candy.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we go. Let me hide that one.
So for our kids, they should only bring pair of tennis shoes and flip-flops or water shoes. There's no reason for them to pack more than 2 pairs of shoes because they don't really need it. And usually we're going to warm weather climate, so it's okay. I think
I'm ready.
All right, so I'm going to be quiet.
Because he's going all out of order. All right, the first thing I want to say is to cruise with your kids. I get a lot of questions, and it kind of blows my mind that I get questions on, is cruising for kids? Should I take my kids on vacation? And my answer to that is yes. You should take your kids on vacation. You should take your kids on vacation more than you take vacation by yourself. Just my thought, my opinion. Because you want to provide your kids with that exposure, with those experiences, and we're big on that. Yes. But a key for that is to involve them with the planning. Get them excited for the cruise, get them excited for the trip, have them actually help pick out an itinerary or pick out excursions. Just get them excited for it. And it doesn't have to be like a long cruise or anything like that, but it's just, I guess, it kind of blows my mind sometimes when I get questions on, should I cruise with my kids? And I'm like, absolutely, you should cruise with your kids. And you should cruise with your kids regardless of age or if they have a disability or whatever, because cruising is meant for everyone. So if you have not cruised and you've wondered, should I take my kids on a cruise? I'm here to say, absolutely, you should definitely cruise with your kids, because cruising is a family fun form of vacation. And I actually find it to be easier to cruise than it does to do any other vacation. So if you're worried about all the hassles of having kids with you, I feel like it's less hassle on a cruise than it is on a land vacation. Yes. What are your thoughts on that?
Agreed, because the kids can pick what they want to eat. They can do the activities. Now, when Raquel talked about having the kids be involved in the planning, that's a concept that came to us before we started cruising. I don't know if you remember when Dyson was a little kid and he wanted to go to the presidential libraries. And I think we did it in Puerto Rico, where they would find a type of food that they wanted to eat or where they wanted to go. So they really been involved because it was mandatory. They had to tell us what they wanted to do. Right. And then they take ownership for it. But there is a more sinister plan. The nicer we are to them as they're young, the better they will take care of us as we get older.
As you get older.
As I get older.
So cruise with your kids. Cruising is family fun. And if you have any questions on what it's like cruising with kids, you can reach out to me. I have no problem answering any questions you may have about that. Now, is it always easy? No. And if you're in the comments and you have children, you know that it can be challenging at times, but it is so worth it. And the more you do it, the easier things become. So the next thing that I have is to look for, and this is where it might involve having a good travel agent. And again, if you're not aware, I am a travel agent, and I would love to help you plan your cruise. You can scan that QR code on the screen, but work with a travel agent that kind of knows the ships, the ship layouts, different things, because there are some ships that offer like these family style cabins, and some of those features might include like having a split layout bathroom, meaning you might have 2 bathrooms within your cabin. Certain ships, certain cruise lines will offer this, where you'd have in one a toilet and a sink, and the other one a sink and a shower. That way, if you have a family of 4 or 5, you can have one on the toilet and one in the shower, and it's not going to, you're not fighting for one restroom or one bathroom.
We're not quite at that level, so for us it would be easier for me and the boys to walk down to the gym and shower while Raquel and Joe Marie shower themselves.
So just getting strategic with that. And if you didn't see my video on how you can cruise with like 5, we had 5 in the cabin recently. I did a video on what it's like being in a cabin. And I have more of that Carnival Relation series coming out on this Friday, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so just look at the type of cabin that you get, because they do have some that are designed for families. They also offer, like Carnival offers cabins. They're called Family Harbor cabins, and these are on some of the newer ships. But they give you extra perks, such as they'll have like a Family Harbor lounge, where if you feel like your child doesn't do well in a crowded space like the buffet, like they'll have breakfast and lunch and snacks and different things provided for you, and it's like literally across from your cabin. It's right there on the deck. You don't have to worry about going to the Lido deck. You go there, they'll have games, they'll have an ice cream machine, coffee maker. So if you're one that feels like your kid might want to spend a lot of time in a cabin, but of course they have to come out to eat, a Family Harbor cabin would be something.
Might be their answer.
That might be it. Also, something else to think about when you're looking at a cabin, if you're cruising with kids, is to find a cabin that is located near the kids club. And I say that, well, first off, make sure you register your kids for the kids club and use the kids club. The kids clubs are amazing. We have not come across a cruise line where we felt
had a bad experience.
Yeah, well, we've had a bad experience at all. And like, again, we're cruising with a child with special needs, or a teen with special needs. Well, he's almost a grown man now, but so definitely register your child for that. It is free. Most cruise lines, it's free. I had a conversation with someone earlier today about this. But some, depending on the age of your children, some might charge if they're like under 3 years old, but most are free. So be sure to register, use that. But also be strategic in where your cabin is. And again, travel agent would help you do this. We tend to stay on the side of the ship where the kids club, teens club is. So usually it's either all the way forward or all the way aft, or to the front, to the back. And we try to get close to an elevator bank. That way, when it's time to check in and out for the kids clubs, we just have to get in the elevator, go up or down. Yes. We don't have to worry about walking clear across the ship, especially if you have younger children. That hassle of getting everything packed up, and we're going to take you to the kids club, and having to haul everything across the side of the ship. It's just nice to kind of be in that general area. That way, you can just catch the elevators up and down. Something else to consider, and honestly, I had no clue. As a travel advisor, I had no clue about this until recently. I had a client who has an infant or a toddler. And first off, if you have young children, usually most cruise lines will not let them cruise until they're at least 6 months old. But there's this thing called an occupancy waiver, or an infant waiver. And I literally, a few months ago, learned about this. So certain cruise lines, MSC is one, and Royal Caribbean is one. If you have a child under 2 years old, it's possible that you could get your baby or your toddler to cruise by only paying the taxes and fees. And the only way that works, though, is if your cabin is already at capacity. So let's say you are a family of 3 or a family of 4, and you have 2 adults and a child that's 5 or 6, and then you have the child that's under 2. If that cabin only holds 3, you can request an occupancy waiver, where it's pretty much you agree to allowing the baby to sleep in your bed, and you understand that your cabin technically only holds 3, but you're going to make things work because you have a young child. It's one of those things where you apply for it.
How long did it take?
It took a while for us to get it approved, but I think that's just like a back office issue they need to work out. But it's not 100% guaranteed, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you have a child under 2 and you're looking to cruise, definitely for certain, MSC and Royal Caribbean. I don't think Carnival offers it, but just something to keep in mind. Let's see. Go into the comments real quick. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those in the comments. Anthony says, I like how you have your children assisting with prepping, sanitizing the cabins. I wish they could explain their procedures in a video. Oh, we'll have them do that. Yes. So yeah, we'll have them, maybe our next cruise, explain what they do and what they clean. High touch surfaces. We do spray down the linen, pillows, all doorknobs, wipe down the toilet and all that. So yeah, and the kids help with that. They already know before we really get into anything, they're going to get the cabin sanitized.
And my wife has been like that ever since I met her. It's almost like she needed a what do you call those blue lights?
Is it a blue light? Black light?
Yeah, the black light
Yeah.
that shows.
That shows. Yeah, guys, I feel like I've gotten better because I travel a lot more now. But before, like hotels and things, like I would literally zip up my hoodie, have on sweatpants, head covered, and I do not want to get under anyone's blanket. Like I've gotten so much better. I think you have to get better with that if you're cruising because I mean, just think of how many people have been in that cabin that you're in. So you kind of have to get over that whole, germs and other people and. So I've gotten better. Nia Johnson says that 5 in a cabin video is how I found you guys. Well, we're glad you found us.
Yes.
Welcome in, Phil and D. Thanks for being here. That's great information. I have never run across that either. Yeah, and I had no clue about the occupancy waiver, but my client asked me about it, and I don't know if she saw it like on a Facebook group or somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that, and sure enough, it's a real thing. So,
but it's good information to pass on.
It is good information to pass on. So something else when we're talking about planning and having the kids help, one thing that I do recommend is to choose an itinerary that offers a beach day, and I say that because again, cruising with kids, it can be a lot. And trying to plan activities for each port, different things like that, it can be overwhelming and it can be costly. So I always recommend trying to, like when I get clients reaching out and they have children, I will offer an itinerary that offers like Half Moon Cay, which is Carnival's private island, or Coco Key, or one of those that will allow a beach day where you don't have to spend money, you don't have to rush to get off the ship to do things. It's literally just a beach day. You have lunch, you relax, you build sandcastles, you do all of that, and then maybe find another port where you can maybe go off and explore as a family. But it will save you money doing that. And I actually have some that will request, like, I just want to go to the beach. So can you find me an itinerary where there's a beach or a pool? A perfect itinerary that I just booked the other day was someone wanted Grand Turk and Amber Cove, and they were on the same itinerary. Amber Cove has a huge pool. You don't have to leave the port area. And Grand Turk, the beach is right there. So definitely look at that when you are cruising with kids. Ron did mention... we were talking about packing and different things like that. Something else that we do, we use the Value Airlines, and I've said this pretty much in all of our videos, guys. I don't know, and I get people reaching out to me now asking about how we go about doing it. But for instance, our flight going to Orlando for MSC Meraviglia for a few weeks out, we paid $30 a person, and then I think the bags were about $40 each. And we had to check bags because this is the week-long cruise. But the flight itself was $30, and we're flying one way. So one way from Dayton, Ohio. We're in Columbus, so we have to drive an hour. But driving an hour, the flight out of Columbus was like $200-300 a person. So we're just gonna drive an hour, park, and get on our $30 flight to Orlando. And when we leave Orlando, we're getting on the $30. Oh, DC On Demand, thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it. So yeah, on our way home, we're going to fly the $30 flight back home, or back to Dayton and then home. So we save money doing that. So I recommend using the Value Airlines. Do not knock it till you try it. There will be so many reviews out there about how terrible Spirit is, how terrible Frontier is. And guys, I'll be honest, we've never really had a terrible experience. Just like with any airline, there's the possibility for cancellations. There's the possibility that things could go wrong. But that's with any airline. We have not had any issue. And like I said, I'm willing to deal with any issue, as long as we're going to get to our destination. Safely. Knowing that we only have a 2-hour flight.
Yes. Now, one thing that we do participate in is we don't limit ourselves. Like, we live in the Columbus area, but we don't just fly out of Columbus. We will go a radius of a few hours from our house, and that opens up so many more possibilities. Fly out of Cincinnati, Dayton, Cleveland. Yeah,
so wherever we can get to. We'll even drive as far as like
Chicago.
Yeah, and that's like 4 or 5 hours from us. So be strategic there. And then pack backpacks. Don't overpack for your children. Our kids, literally, when we take a cruise, like our boys, this is how we pack. So like if it's a 5-day cruise, I'll tell them 5 trunks, 5 shirts, 5 underwear, and they know, okay, it's 5 days. And pretty much they wear their swim trunks all day long until dinner if we're going to the main dining room, which I'll talk about in a second. If we don't go to the main dining room, they usually stay in their trunks all day long. And so when we first started cruising, we would pack all this stuff. And I'm like, they're staying in their swim trunks. Like, what do we need to pack for? And sometimes, depending, we might not even pack 5 trunks because our boys don't care about repeating, wearing the same thing. We might say 3 swim trunks, and then we wash them, in the sink and let them dry because
we take advantage of if the ship has laundry facilities.
So we'll do that to save money on the baggage fees, because if you're using these value airlines, they have baggage fees, but you can take a backpack on board without a problem. So we have the kids pack their things in a backpack to avoid having to pay those fees. Something else people don't realize, if you are traveling with children, and I say children under 16 and under, don't ever pay for seats on these airlines. People will be like, oh, well, by the time I added my bags and added my seats, the price was the cost of a Southwest, and I could have done, my 2 bags free or whatever. But don't pay for seats. There is a law. There's a rule that says that they cannot separate. Now, let me backtrack. They can separate a family. However, each child has to be at least with one adult. So if they're 16 or under, they have to be assigned with one of the parents or a parent. Mm-hmm. So if you're flying solo with your children, they will have to place the children with you.
And demand that. Don't let them.
Yeah, and we've only had one issue where that didn't happen, and all you have to do is call them, or when you check in, they have to, and let them know, hey, I know that this is a rule. My children cannot be sitting here while I'm here, for safety reasons. God forbid if there was something to happen, they need to be near an adult. So don't pay for seats, but make sure you check in right when it's time to check in. Because more than likely, if you do that, you'll be assigned seats together regardless. We've never really been split up.
No.
And we never, ever pay for seats. Now that we're getting to the age like with Andrew's 18, they technically could put Andrew in a spot by himself. Because, they just randomize where you sit. They could do that, but because we notate his special needs on the flight, they won't do that either.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind. Cruising, flying with children, do not pay for the seats. You will sit together, and if they don't put you together, you need to reach out to the airline. But again, we have not really had that as an issue. I was just talking about dinner, talking about the boys in their trunks and having to change and things. Mm-hmm. Do what works for your family for dinner. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people get so pressured into, we got to do formal night, we have to go to the main dining room. But not every child will function going into the main dining room. If you've never cruised, you know that. Or if you've never cruised, let me just tell you that sometimes if you go to the main dining room, you're going to be sitting 2.5 hours, depending. And that might be a lot for a child. So yes. Don't set yourself up, and don't set your child up for failure. Meaning, your kid's attention span is going to only last 30 minutes for dinner. Don't feel like you have to go to the main dining room. You have the buffet. You have some casual dining options, some quicker options. Now, one thing that Royal Caribbean had, which I think they're going to be bringing back soon, is they have what they call family time dining, where they kind of rush the food out for the kids, and then they would come in and actually take the kids to the kids club so that the parents or family can enjoy the meal without the younger kid. But I think they're in the works of bringing that back. Mm-hmm. But don't feel like you have to go to the main dining room or do anything dinner related that doesn't work for your family. Maybe try it once, but don't feel like you have to do that. And then speaking of dinner, something else that I recommend doing cruising with kids would be to, I put here, to try at least one new thing each cruise. Whether that's food, excursion, experience, whatever. Make a point to talk about it. So I remember a year ago going on Carnival Mardi Gras with Andrew. It was Andrew, because Dyson went to DC with this class. Mm-hmm. But it was me and Andrew and my sister and nephew. And Andrew tried frog legs for the first time, And he kind of looked at it like, no. But, he tried it. Now he can talk about it. That was a memory and experience for him. So just find new things to try do as a family and reflect on it, make memories out of it.
Yes.
Don't just, well, let's do this and that's it, but talk about it and have conversation.
Remember when you rode a horse when you was in
Cozumel?
Yeah, it was Raquel rode a horse with all the kids. It was kind of
And I won't do it again.
interesting to see her.
My big butt on that little pony.
I wasn't going to say anything. Look at that. We got $10.
Oh, hi, Sea Life. Sea
Thank
Life
you
with
so
us.
much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yes.
We really do appreciate it. This helps us continue to, put content out, continue to travel. So any and all donations, super chats, all of that, we really do appreciate. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, if y'all didn't see that video of me on that, I asked the guy, I said, what is the weight limit on this? He's like, no weight limit. I'm like, no, there has to be a weight limit. By that time, the kids were already all strapped on the horses, and I'm like...
Was that pre-COVID?
No, that was actually at the restart. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at the restart. So, yeah, I won't do that again. But, so definitely try something new as a family. And, it'll really spark something with them to want to do this, that type of stuff with their family as well. Another tip, C days. C days, allow for free time during the day for your kids. I've had a mix of different clients and family members that do things differently. Some feel like a C day, it has to be all family. We're together. We're doing everything together. And then some that just kind of let their kids just go about all day long. We'd like to have a balance for our C days. So, we allow the boys to go off, do what they want to do. We'll find time. We have all meals together, so that's like a rule for us. The boys already know that whatever you're doing with your friends, you tell them it's lunchtime, and we have lunch together. We have dinner together. We have breakfast. So that's kind of our rule on a C. Well, throughout the cruise period, but like on a C day where you can kind of you can lose track of time doing all these different activities. We allow the kids to do what they want to do, and we encourage them and ask that they join us for certain things. Like if it's a show that we think, they would enjoy, we'll try to do that as a family. But don't feel like, a C day, it has to be like the full family doing, because everyone has different likes and things that they want to do. Yeah. I might want to just, sit out on the Lido deck and people watch or be by the pool. And I don't know, sometimes Dyson, he might want to stay in his cabin and listen to music. Or he'll go to the kids club. Drew, Joe Marie wants to go to the water park. So it just depends. So try to find a balance for that. But again, we always encourage to have meals together. We do that for multiple reasons because, we do that at home. We have all of our meals together. Yes. Just gives us a point to check in with one another. But also on a cruise ship, and this is something else, if you're cruising with kids that have allergies or even special needs, you need to make sure that you're notating that on your booking. We get nervous sometimes, like allowing the kids to have meals outside of being with us because something could have nuts. We have a shellfish allergy.
And a nut allergy.
And a nut allergy. So having them eat with us, we're able to check those things, but make sure that that is notated because there are different checks and supports on the cruise ship. We got another donation. Oh, Janie Buck, thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate it. I don't have my sound on, so I can't hear when those are coming in. But thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. So what was I saying?
About the kids.
Yeah, and their allergies. So if you have a child with allergies, special needs or whatever, make sure you have all of that detailed on your booking. That way, the crew, they'll have a heads up on certain things. The main dining room, like I said, they'll make arrangements for them. They actually have, and I think Royal Caribbean now has this as well. They have this thing called Menu Mates, where like Dyson, he knows now if by chance we don't have lunch together, or if we've already gotten our food and he's getting his food at the buffet on his own, like he can go to the Menu Mate stand and they'll walk him through the buffet to point out the things that have shellfish, that have nuts that he should avoid. So,
and with all kids, they have to get vegetables. So sometimes it's more important that they eat with us so we'll know that they're getting somewhat of a balanced meal.
Right. All right, let me go back to the chat real quick. See if we're missing anything in the chat. Any questions? Margaret Logan, welcome in. Says, good evening. Yes. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Rachel says, yes, we kind of gauge how the family's feeling about main dining for that day. Yeah. And it might change day to day. I mean, we try to, like formal night, we don't get formal at all. We might surprise y'all one day and go real formal, but we'll see.
Formal for me and the boys are long pants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it, and a button-up shirt. So, so just do whatever works for your family, and it will be a day-to-day. Don't overplan too. That's another thing. I used to do this, and I was bad about it. Like I would want to see
bad.
Yeah, I was really bad.
I mean,
now
terrible.
I go with the.
No, you don't.
I do go with the flow. Mm-mm. You guys see the vlog, so I go with the flow.
Every minute's planned out.
Well, I got to get good content too. I mean, I try to balance things, but I don't plan for the whole family. I might plan for myself because I try to get to as much as I can, but I don't plan for the family as much. But I used to want to look at on the app to see what was scheduled, and I put a heart beside everything that I wanted and try to get to everything. I'm done with that. That's too much stress. I'll ask the kids, hey, do you want to go to this? Do you want to go to bingo? Do you want to go ice skating or whatever the case may be? And I kind of let them help plan those things. Let's see, on deck with CB, I believe. Thanks for being here. Says, I'm happy we leave out of Miami, Port Canaveral, or Tampa. Our 5-year-old granddaughter is a fashionista and will change outfits at least twice, and that's not counting bathing suits. Oh my gosh, 5 years old? Wow. Fashionista, that's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, you'd be paying some luggage fees if you lived in Ohio like us. Parker's in the go. Now you're not sitting in the lap of luxury. Those seats are not very cushy, but they get the job done. Absolutely. Yes. I've even debated because I think Frontier is the worst for their seats. They are so hard. I mean, I've debated taking me a cushion, but I can deal with it for 2 hours. I don't know if I'd do much longer, but yeah. Your favorite couple says that's a heck of a deal. Definitely need to try Spirit. Yeah, guys, Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant, Avelo, Breeze. There's that's all, because I don't remember the last time we flew something other than a value airline was coming back from Alaska. We were on American Airlines, and y'all, the kids didn't know how to act. They had a TV. I mean, they were like, whoa, and this works? Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was hilarious because I'm like, we don't get that on the other airlines, and we're fine with that. Yep. We don't need the snacks. We don't need the water. We'll carry on our own water. We'll pack our own snacks, but we try to, be frugal.
That's more money that we can use for other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Rachel brought up a good point. She said Frontier prices are awesome, but that nighttime flight coming back, goodness. You're right about that because Frontier, so when we come back, we're flying Frontier? I think we're flying Frontier coming back. But it's going into Dayton, and I don't think we even leave Orlando until about 5 p.m. And so that can be a heartache there. But actually, Parker's on the go. Oh my gosh, Team Race Travels. They posted something the other day that I took a screenshot of. It's like a hotel where if you have, if you need to stay in a hotel for a short period of time, not overnight, that you can book a room. I'd never heard of that. Did you? Oh, never heard of it. But I took a screenshot of it. And I'm like, we might try that because it would be kind of cool to get off the ship and we have a long day if we don't plan to do it. Because you don't want to rent a car and do all of that. But if we can get to a hotel at the airport, maybe get in the pool, relax, whatever, before the flight. Sea Life. Question, what show or activity should I not miss on the Mardi Gras going in July? Oh my gosh, Mardi Gras was back in March. Guys, these ships start blending together. We cruise so much, I can't remember. But I can tell you, Mardi Gras, because of where the shows where they take place, in the central, what's it called? Grand Central, there's limited seating. And so I'm hoping, it sounds like Carnival might start a ticketing system, because even on the Celebration we were just on for the inaugural sailing, it was so hard to get a spot. People had to wait an hour and a half, and we just weren't going to do that. But they did a circus show on Celebration. I think they offer that also on Mardi Gras. But they do a United Nations type show, the last sea day, I believe it is. Definitely go to that one. That one is beautiful. They bring out the crew with their flags that represent the countries they're from. They have the kids clubs to come out and present, and they'll do a song in sign language. So make sure your kids go to the kids club because they'll practice that there. So definitely, it's I forgot what it's called, but it's something about nations, and it's usually the last sea day. So that's one to not miss for sure. I can't recall the others. They all kind of just blend together for me. So Parker's on the go. Yes, that 10:50 p.m. flight. It's crazy. Yeah, they can be. And I would not recommend too that because we actually thought about changing our flight recently. I wouldn't recommend a 10:50 flight going to your cruise, because if you're flying on those budget airlines, chances are it's not like American Airlines. If they cancel, you might be able to get on the flight that day. More than likely, that flight you booked was the only flight going out that day. So you might just be out of luck. So I wouldn't recommend if you're going home is one thing, but actually going to the cruise, I wouldn't do a 10:50 flight going to the cruise, because if that one cancels, what are you going to do to get on the flight or the cruise the next day? So let's see if I have a few more tips. We're going to try to get out of here right at 8 o'clock if we can. If you have any other comments or questions, feel free to drop those in the chat. But I think I had a couple other tips. Let's see here. Maybe I got everything. Oh, I put this down. Allow for nap and downtime.
Yes.
So that is so important with kids. I can go and just crash at night, but Joe Marie, she can't do it.
No,
it's usually by that 3 o'clock, and she's 7. Girl, you need to go take a nap, and she'll usually nap with you because he'll need to take a nap too. So let him take a nap, rest, because what happens is, and you guys know your kids. They start getting irritated or over stimulated, and then start acting out. And so then it's dinner time, and now they're whining, crying, and acting out. So just, and even if they don't, sometimes she doesn't actually sleep, we might just say, okay, let's go in the cabin, make it dark, just rest your eyes, or she might watch TV, and eventually, more than likely, she falls asleep. So allow for that downtime for everyone. Something else, limit devices. Too often, and I know there's exceptions to this, because there might be a child that has special needs that needs to have music, or that needs to have a show to watch or whatever, but limit, our kids do not get on their phones. They don't even pack, they'll pack devices to watch on the airplane or whatever, but that's just not allowed, because we spent money on this vacation. You're going to enjoy this vacation. It's not going to be you're sitting here watching Netflix. You can do that at home. So if you really want to watch Netflix, then you can stay home next time. It's kind of what our thoughts are. Like I said, Drew loves his music. Drew stays with headphones on. Drew carries a portable speaker, which I don't know if you guys recently heard, their band now. We'll slip one in there somehow. But Andrew listens to music all the time. Now his choices of music are very funny. But yeah, Drew loves 50 Cent. That's his favorite thing. But
Andrew stays in the 80s,
90s,
and doesn't go past really the 2000s.
Yeah, but he likes some hardcore rap, which But yeah, so Andrew loves his music. But yeah, so just limit devices. We will allow them to have their phones and things out to take pictures, that type of thing. But to just be sitting on your phone playing a game or iPad, it's no, what's the point? We're here on vacation. Another tip that I don't think I did put on here. Don't buy ship souvenirs. I know sometimes, especially if it's your first cruise, you want to, go all out and you want to buy it. The stuff on the ship is expensive and it's not good quality. And so I say don't waste money there. If you're going to spend money, I would say buy something in port. You can get things a lot cheaper. I remember one of our first cruises, Joe Marie wanted some maracas she saw on the ship. We were in Ensenada, Mexico, actually, our first family cruise. She wanted some maracas on the ship. They were $25. Literally, we got off in Ensenada, and we were just walking the main strip there to get to our excursion, and a lady was selling maracas, $1 each?
Yeah, $1 or so.
So always look for what you want outside the ship. The stuff on the ship, like the t-shirts, all of that, you can find better quality, better value someplace else.
But there's some things that you do buy on the ship, like her model ships, because she's collecting them for each ship that she goes on. Yeah,
so certain things like that, but I'm speaking more for the kids. Like the kids don't need that high price stuff. They're just going to tear it up, not take care of it, or not value it. So if anything, we'll give them a couple dollars when we're in port that they can spend, but we don't just allow them to buy stuff on the ship. And make sure you set a spending limit, especially if you have older children. Because a lot of people don't realize is I've actually had clients this has happened to. where their bill has been run up because they didn't realize that they could put a limit on what their child is spending.
Yes.
Our kids get like $10 and that's it, and that's for the arcade. I might sometimes, like if Dyson's playing with friends, he might message me and say, Mom, can I have a few more dollars to play with my friend? I might give him a few more, but we don't allow them to swipe, charge anything. So watch your accounts, especially if you have older children, because their key cards work just like yours because you have to link a bank or link a credit card to it. So be sure
to limit their spending.
And one other tip, and we're going to go ahead and get off here. One other tip that I have, and this is me coming from a school administrative standpoint or an educator, is look at when you're cruising and don't abuse, like check to see what your school district's policy is for attendance. Some school districts have where you can take X days of vacation and you can take vacation, it's not a problem. Some, they require certain things, but I look at cruising, traveling in general as an educational experience. And oftentimes you can save a lot of money by cruising off season than cruising over the summer. So like if you waited until September, October to take, 5 days off for that, I would say as long as you're not abusing it, like we will take a couple days here and there out of the school year because we do see it as an educational opportunity. Just check with your school to see what their policy is and just don't abuse that. Because of course your kids need to be in school, they need to be learning, but there is a whole world out there for them to see that school's not teaching, unfortunately. So
let me put a pause in that. So when Raquel and Dyson went on their last cruise together, what did you guys witness? The refugees.
Oh yeah, so we had a conversation about the refugees, the migrants.
That were lost, that were found at sea by the ship that they were on.
Right.
You could never have that conversation in real time. So that was like perfect learning opportunity. And when we were in Seattle, we went by the original Skid Row. So it gives the kids a perspective that they don't always see in real life.
Yeah, so don't ever feel, because I used to be that parent that felt like I don't want my kids missing any days of school, but it's like the more we travel, the more experiences we provide to them. I'm like, because eventually they're going to be out of school. I want them to be able to feel like they can travel, see the world, and that we provided, these opportunities for them. So don't ever feel like you can't take a couple days here or there. Just don't abuse the system because, of course, you get people that do that too. But get your kids out and cruising. All right, couple comments here, and then we're going to close out. Yvette says, I'm an adult and I schedule a nap for myself. Laugh out loud.
Yes, naps are good.
I sometimes wish I could nap. My brain doesn't shut off. Like, I don't even sleep well at night anymore. Like, I feel like I'm constantly going, constantly thinking of things. So I wish sometimes that I could nap, but I just keep going.
It takes a lot of rest to maintain my looks, so I have to get as much sleep as possible.
A lot of sleep. Anthony says, I start my naps during sail away. Do you nap all cruise long? During sail away, that's funny. Allen Family Adventures, hit the like button, everyone. Yes, guys, on your way out, if you could please hit that like button for us. We really do appreciate it. Says they are sharing great information. Yeah, we just want to make sure that, show people that cruising is accessible for everyone, regardless if you have children, special needs, disability, mobility issues. Cruising is for everyone. And if you have any doubt or any question about that, feel free to reach out to me. Rachel says, yes, my teens have a budget and they are not allowed to open an account. Absolutely. Give them a budget because otherwise they will spend. Anthony says $6 for a can of Pringles, $9 for a stick of deodorant. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. No. So they cannot spend anything. And yeah, they already know you're not buying any snacks on the ship. All that food on the ship, you're not getting any snacks. Now, if we're in port and they see something, because you can get like $1 bag of chips or whatever, we don't mind that. But no, you're not buying any food. Or like they like to go to the candy store. Every now and then we'll give them a couple pieces of candy. But I'm like, we're not spending all this money on these gummy worms that we can get, at Kroger. Rachel, I will have to find ways to justify. Our school district is crazy. Oh, that's sad to hear. Our school district is pretty flexible. Usually, they're pretty flexible. And, sometimes as a parent, you got to do and this is me, bad school administrator. You got to do what you got to do for your family and what's best for you. Because like I said, as long as you're not abusing it and your kid's learning, That's what matters. Parker's going to go, thank you for an informative live. Well, thank you for being here. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and close out. But, guys, we do have more Carnival Elation. That series, we just wrapped up Virgin Voyages, Scarlet Lady. I will be doing a full review. I'm trying to get it in this week so I can get it out this weekend. But I'm going to do a full review because I'm getting a lot of questions about Virgin Voyages. And we'll also have a Carnival Elation vlog coming out. I think this one's going to be in Freeport. Will be coming out Friday. And I actually changed our TGI Friday premieres to 7:30. And I did that because there's quite a few other channels that I like to watch that premiere or go live at 8 p.m. So you have Your Favorite Couple, they go at 8 p.m. You have Rich and Jazzy, they go live at 8 p.m. So there's other vloggers that, and it was kind of like, well, I'm doing a premiere or I'm putting out a video, but I kind of want to be on that there. So I bumped ours to 7:30. So 7:30, there will be a premiere Carnival Elation vlog. And again, we have these cruises coming up. Ron's going solo here in 9 days. That'll be fun.
Pray for me, y'all.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. And
what I'm going to just interrupt first. I used to travel 100% of the time for almost 4 years, and I was used to being by myself. But ever since I've been with the love of my life for such a long time, I just can't travel anywhere else without her. Okay, that's a little
drama.
thick.
Yeah, he's drama. Because I love you, but I can cruise by myself. I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
Felicia Rogers says, hi, I stumbled on your channel while researching Amber Cove, Half Moon Cay. I love your content. Have you sailed on the Magic out of Norfolk? We have not sailed on the Magic, but we are booked on the Magic. So we will be, it says we will be sailing 8 days in August. So you'll actually beat us. We're going to be cruising Carnival Magic for Thanksgiving, actually, 8-day, out of Miami, I believe. So we'll be on board Carnival Magic. We were booked for Jubilee for Thanksgiving, but that didn't happen. So we pushed Jubilee to Jubilee inaugural for Christmas. We'll be on Magic. So I'm curious to see how you like Carnival Magic because I have not sailed on that one yet. Carol Frank says, nighty night, everyone. Hit the like button. Rachel says, solo. Oh, yes, Rachel, you might have missed that. You'll have to hit the replay. But Ron is going to be cruising Norwegian Pearl in 9 days. And he's going, it's like a chartered sailing for a bunch of performers. So the Temptations, actually, it's not even.
The Beach Boys.
I think it's just Otis. Isn't Otis the only standing Temptation or the only living?
He might be.
So Temptations, Isley Brothers, John Stamos, a lot of celebrities, and the Beach Boys. It's called the Beach Boys Cruise. That's what it's called. So the Beach Boys and all of these older, shouldn't say older, they are kind of older, bands and groups will be on board. So I unfortunately can't go, but he'll be on board. It'll be fun. All right. Let's see. It says, oh, look at Ron sounding like Brandon. Yeah, because Brandon lays it on thick, too. You guys crack me up. Awesome. I was looking at Elation for 2024. I'll let you know for sure how my trip was. Thank you. Yes, and we have those Elation vlogs coming out. So, wow, enjoy. Grab the bell bottoms. Yes, yeah.
Yes, and polyester.
He has plenty of that in the closet. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Tuesday. Actually, you'll probably still be cruising.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll probably be cruising. So I'll probably be solo. I might bring the kids on live with us. But if you're looking for a travel agent, you can scan that QR code there. You can send me an email. And if you want to get on our group cruise, going on MSC Seashore.
Thank you, Rachel.
Then yes, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate that. Our goal is to get to 10K by June 1st. So please share out our channel, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But if you want to go on our group cruise for 2024, reach out. Again, we have 12 cabins already booked. I am going to have to cap that at some point. So if you want to get on board, reach out to me. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And
bye
we
for
will
now.
see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.